Okay, hello you guys. I'm out with the horse. We have some activity on the Schumann Resonance and I wanted to just give you some update on that one. Wait a minute. I don't know how about you are having a sleepless night, some a little bit of a muscle spasms, and on here on the thigh here is there is some Jehovah's seals are in the legs as well. I want to tell you as well about that, what the Jehovah's seals are. This is not a one-time fix, and this is it's gonna take you at least a year to work through this type of distortion or that type of overlay. It's not something that just one person can do for you and then you clean and then you're done. No, it's gonna show up as well. The result is gonna show up over time. You will become more intuitive and more aware. The first sign you will know that something changed or that you work through. Of course, there is gonna be a physical pain somewhere in the body in those locations. I'm gonna do probably full video on that. There is amazing page I bumped into yesterday. I spent the entire day researching some like the Ascension glossary, Lisa Renee, or I don't know what's her surname exactly, how you pronounce it. She's bringing very similar material like Ashayana Dean. I think they are just a different type of the flames, as I call. Like, you know, some of them is a keeper of the blue flame, some of them are a keeper of the violet flame, or I think there are like different type of Templars and orders, or the groups that sort of came here to work things through, that actually we have some possibility to ascend. There is a lot of information on her web. It's a rabbit hole. You can go down deep into Ascension topics like crazy. Ascension glossary, I will leave the links down below. What I discovered yesterday. I saw that material a long time ago, but I didn't understand it in that time. So obviously now I understand it much better because I got the experience, and that's the thing, like, you know, a lot of the things has to be experiential. So most of my stuff, what I am bringing in, is not just what I read, but what I'm experiencing, and I'm trying to understand it, why I'm experiencing it. So it's not that I'm reading a shit and then pass it on you. No, I usually compare the data. I collect data, I sift through it, find the distortion, compare different type of systems. But I'm using my own practices, not necessarily I'm using that material. I'm just checking if I'm doing something wrong or what I missed, because there are implants in the body. There are Egyptian tags, Lemurian tag, Atlantean tag. Yeah, I can go on and on. Like, there is so many tags that we actually carry on our signature. So like in order to clean the vessel or to be even able to ascend to certain location, should I say location? I don't know, the New Earth thing. You know, there needs to be a greater understanding, and not everything. If you think that you are guided through your like inner being and the guidance is clear, well, wait for it. Wait for when you really remove the Jehovah's seals. You will see how much you are misguided actually, and thought that you are being guided and you are being just like scrambled because there was some like victimizer software running through your system. So the negative alien agenda that is placed on the human system, the entire overlay, it's so damaging and so nasty and so clever that you would not even see the difference until you really start removing those implants. Then you understand why the alien abductions happened, why it happened to you. For example, you discover your subconscious is not gonna give it to you if you're not ready for it. Subconscious is always a buffer. It took me years to to deconstruct the implant I have in the belly. And I have it there since my daughter was born. So, and there are probably another implants we have. I know about another ones I still have. So the maintaining of the human body at the moment is it's a full-time job. It's very difficult to stay actually clean and not get tagged. I'm getting tagged every single day because of the dog. If I didn't have a dog, cool. Fever interactions you have with people who are not doing some, like, I don't want to say that they are not clean, okay, because like 99% of the people are not clean. They have entities attached. They are running like all kind of malicious programs, like Victimizer is one of them. They have implants, they have tags, they have Jehovah's seals. They are totally fucked up and scrambled, and the projections that comes through them is unbelievable. Like, it's so clever that you have to really be aware what is playing out in your reality, who is there, who you let in. I see more and more people now actually creating a private communities. I'm thinking about it too. Because I know that, I'm getting infiltrated very often. Like every day, practically. And I know you can get, like most of the people, if you have a look on the light workers and Voyagers or whatever star seeds or other spiritual people who are not just bullshitting but doing the really the energy work and like working through not love and light bullshit stuff like that. But they are like, a lot of them are like going really private at the moment. I think since I would say the last of the end of the year. Because a lot of them get infiltrated through the friends, because the infiltration comes through the people who you love the most. So the negative, I don't want to say the dark side, but let's call them synthetic. The synthetics. Well, not all of them are synthetics, but the artificial intelligence is here all the time, and it was here even before. Like, it's funny, we invented artificial intelligence. No, bullshit, it's here already. Like Atlantean Egyptians, it's already here. It's been always here. You will get a lot of the awareness when you remove all the implants. You will be more plugged into your into your blueprint. First of all, your blueprint is in the 12D that they call it. It's not a 12th dimension. I would say it. The dimensions. It's a little bit messy. Each dimension or each harmonic universe has 3 dimensions. So I can show you next time on the map. I can dive deep into it and show you where the blueprint is and through what you have to actually work through to even get to there. So you get only snippets and like bits and pieces from your inner being, because you still have the filters. And I'm not talking about filters like the perception and programs and I don't know what parents told you, what society, like this kind of like how we were domesticated and fucked up, by the school system and things like that. I don't mean those things. I mean the real shit, like the Jehovah's seals and like implants. Implants, especially implants, because the implants are used for as a device through which the software is being projected or broadcasted through the device into your being. So and then you project the false reality in front of you. So you are having horrible experiences. Okay, so you have to as well. This way you will find a compassion with the other people, and even with those who are vaxxed. I have never been the type of person that would say, "Oh, you're vaxxed, you're fucked." No, that's not possible. Nobody's gonna be left behind. That. But some people will just take that road because they decide. I know that the souls decided how they're gonna continue. That's not something new. I'm always saying that for a couple of years already. I think last year, not sure how long I'm saying that. But the filters, so the guidance you're getting, if you're hearing someone, this is one first thing. Telepathy is not audible. So if you're hearing something, you have to make sure who you're hearing. If you are being clairaudient, I'm always very careful with the people who are clairaudient. Because, I know how the telepathy works. It's not that you hear stuff. It's like this impression. It's a feeling. It's absolute knowingness. I don't hear things in my head. I don't hear anyone talking to me, telling me this or that. I see things and I read the stuff. It's like I hear the frequency as well. Like there is so many things what you can pick up just through the extrasensory abilities, and your extrasensory abilities will go up to the roof if you really remove implants, chips, Jehovah seals. If you start working the system the way it's supposed to be worked, but for that one you will really need some profound practices. It's not gonna happen just So I'm kind of trying to thinking. I started writing things down, but there are techniques that you can already start using to start removing these things. So I will I don't know, I will think about it. Maybe I show up next time and make a little webinar where to find what, which practices work, so you can pick something and start working the system, because that needs to be removed. Until that time, I'm telling you, until that time, you cannot be 100% sure that what you're getting as a guidance from your guiding system is 100% correct. Okay? 12. So, until you do not remove these things, you're not being guided correctly. So the guidance you get only in those moments when you are super high vibe. That means you are after some certain practices. But the problem is that the body usually cannot hold what you have done with those practices, because there are these imprints and layovers, and these things has to be removed first. First thing first is always that. Unless this is not being removed, you cannot progress or I'm just looking if she's gonna fall into the pond. Schumann Resonance has massive peaks. That's why I wanted to tell you. I have, I'm still working through those Jehovah seals. It's not one-time removal, because you need to activate the harmonics in the DNA as well. Otherwise, you cannot activate those harmonics, and those harmonics are missing, so you cannot assemble the DNA the right way. That's why you need the practices, So that the traditional yogic practices that use a sound. I can tell you, Sadhguru's practices are great. I've got that. I have to say that what that does to me, it's profound, and I did the inner engineering with him. And whatever he's doing, even though he's doing at the moment some sort of occult stuff and consecration and things like that, people might not agree, and he is like hanging around with the celebrities, people might not agree and things like that. But like, I heard a lot of interesting talks who Sadhguru had, and he's always the type of a person who is always, he's the right guy, because I don't want to say that he's the right guy. There are a lot of other guys, you can pick, but his practices are the right practices. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There is always something dodgy in all these like big figures, because they are being targeted and attacked so there is always coming to surface all kind of like rape and molestation and and capturing the women and having sex with them and children and bullshit, all kind of stuff. All the yogis have to go through it. Like they all have disagreements with the other groups, You know, we've consider like our DNA is all kind of like a massive cross of like Anu, Draconians, you name it. Like we still carry as well the negative, you know, negative DNA, or the human is mix of that. So you have to as well like embrace that part of you. Sleepless nights, pain in the body. Pay attention where the pain is. It's in my case, it's my right hip here and really close to actually the device I have here in the belly. I have the device or the implant on my right side, not on the left side. The Jehovah's seals are all on the left side of the body. I definitely posted the schematic somewhere already. I will run the web again. I'm gonna a little bit improve it. I'm working on it. You can as well book some session with me if you want to and talk things through. So because this year is gonna be messy, and there is this urge to deal with a lot of the stuff before this, I would say, before the April is over. We have a massive eclipse. This eclipse is one of the biggest. It never happened before. The way the planets are standing, it never happened in a human history. So this eclipse is somehow very important. I hear a lot of people talking about it. It's the 8th of April. It's the solar eclipse. It's gonna be really interesting. We are as well in the Mercury retrograde. So usually during the Mercury retrograde they say that you should not be doing any moves and wait for collecting the data and then wait. But you know, honestly, I would suggest that you start doing something before the eclipse actually. I'm gonna check what the yogis are saying about this stuff. They get a usually good take on the astrology, because they are those who knows that you do not watch the moon eclipse or do not watch the full moons, because that opens the portal to the phantom earth. A lot of people are being sucked, and you know, like they say that everything during the eclipses and during the full moons, for example, that everything intensify, people are fighting more, couples are breaking up, the people are drinking more. You know, I remember those full moons and eclipses when I was working in the pub. So you know, that's totally true. The pressure is always interesting during these days. Yeah, try to do some studying. I would suggest to do some studying this eclipse, so you can shift afterwards. I'm gonna try to show up as well another time to get you a little bit more on whatever I found valuable or interesting. So I see you next time, and hydrate, replenish. We had a lot of activity on Schumann Resonance. A 5D gamma light was blasting us. I couldn't sleep last night. My right leg under the meridian system. I will write things down. I'm gonna show up again. I have to go because Hilda is being restless. Okay guys, see you next time. Bye. Cooling down period in a muddy puddle. Hilda and her little pond. Hey. Did you have a good bull run? Did you? Oh, I am standing in the water too.